Welcome to Men's Health 365. Today we're addressing one of the most talked about yet widely misunderstood health recommendations for men over 60, the claim that ejaculating 21 times per month significantly reduces prostate cancer risk. You've probably heard this number mentioned online, in articles, or even in casual conversation. But here's what most men don't know. This recommendation comes from legitimate Harvard research involving over 30,000 men, but the full story is far more nuanced than the headlines suggest. The truth about optimal ejaculation frequency, its effects on your prostate, hormones, energy, and overall health is more complex and more interesting than you've been told. If you're watching this video, hit that subscribe button right now. We share evidence-based health strategies specifically for men over 60 every single week. Also, drop a comment below telling us which country you're watching from. We love seeing our global community grow. Let me share Raymond's story. Raymond is a 66-year-old retired accountant from Toronto, Canada. After his divorce 3 years ago, Raymond became increasingly concerned about his prostate health. His father had died from aggressive prostate cancer at age 72, making Raymond acutely aware of his genetic risk. During a routine physical, Raymond asked his doctor about prevention strategies beyond regular PSA testing and digital rectal exams. His doctor mentioned the Harvard study suggesting that frequent ejaculation might reduce prostate cancer risk. Raymond left the appointment with more questions than answers. Was 21 times monthly really necessary? Would that frequency cause other problems? Was masturbation as protective as ejaculation with a partner? Could he achieve similar benefits with lower frequency? Raymond researched extensively, reading the original studies rather than relying on sensationalized headlines. He discovered that while the research is compelling, it's also more complex than commonly presented. The protective effect exists across a range of frequencies, not just at exactly 21 monthly. The benefits apply to ejaculation from any source, whether partnered sex or masturbation. Most importantly, the research shows that even moderate increases in ejaculation frequency provide significant benefits. You don't necessarily need to hit 21 monthly to gain substantial prostate protection. Raymond developed a balanced approach based on what felt sustainable and healthy for his body. Today at 66, with regular monitoring showing excellent prostate health, Raymond credits his informed approach to sexual health as one component of his comprehensive cancer prevention strategy. Let's explore exactly what the research actually shows and what it means for your health. The landmark study everyone references was published in the journal European Urology in 2016. Researchers at Harvard Medical School followed 31,925 men for 18 years, tracking ejaculation frequency and prostate cancer diagnoses. The study divided men into categories based on average monthly ejaculation frequency across their adult lives. The findings were striking. Men who reported ejaculating 21 or more times per month had approximately 20% lower risk of developing prostate cancer compared to men who ejaculated 4 to 7 times monthly. More specifically, the protective effect was strongest against aggressive, high-grade prostate cancers, the most dangerous type. This is critically important because not all prostate cancers are equally dangerous. Many prostate cancers are slow-growing and may never cause problems during a man's lifetime. Aggressive cancers require treatment and can be fatal. The mechanism behind this protective effect isn't completely understood, but researchers have several theories. First, regular ejaculation may help flush out potentially carcinogenic substances, infectious agents, or inflammatory compounds from the prostate ducts. The prostate continuously produces seminal fluid that mixes with sperm during ejaculation. If this fluid sits stagnant for long periods, harmful substances may accumulate. Second, ejaculation may reduce the concentration of crystalloid substances in prostatic fluid that could contribute to inflammation or cellular damage. Third, frequent ejaculation may reduce overall inflammation in prostate tissue through hormonal and immunological mechanisms we don't fully understand. But here's what the headlines often miss. The relationship isn't linear. and 21 isn't a magic threshold. When researchers analyzed the data more carefully, they found that benefits begin at much lower frequencies. Men ejaculating 13 to 20 times monthly had significant protection compared to those at 4 to 7 times. Men at 8 to 12 times monthly showed measurable benefit. The protective effect increases with frequency, but the gains aren't dramatic between, say, 15 and 21 times monthly. This means you don't need to hit exactly 21 to gain substantial benefit. Any increase in frequency likely provides protection. Another critical finding from the research: the protective effect was observed across the entire lifespan. Men who had higher ejaculation frequency in their 20s showed reduced cancer risk decades later. Men who increased frequency in their 40s and 50s also showed protection. This suggests it's never too late to potentially benefit, and that consistency over time matters more than hitting an exact number in any given month. The researchers also noted that both partnered sexual activity and masturbation appeared equally protective. The benefit comes from ejaculation itself, not specifically from partnered intimacy. For men without regular partners, this is reassuring evidence that masturbation provides the same prostate health benefits. Now let's address important questions and concerns about implementing this frequency. First, is 21 times monthly sustainable or even desirable for men over 60? For many men, particularly those with regular willing partners, this frequency is easily achievable. For others, especially those without partners, relying entirely on masturbation or dealing with health issues affecting libido or erectile function, this frequency may feel burdensome or unrealistic. The good news is that you don't need to force yourself to achieve this exact number. Research suggests that even moderate frequencies of 12 to 15 times monthly provide substantial benefit. Choose a frequency that feels natural and sustainable for your body and circumstances. Second, can excessive ejaculation frequency cause problems? For most healthy men, frequencies up to 21 or even higher monthly don't cause problems. However, some men report feeling fatigued, experiencing reduced sexual pleasure, or noticing temporary erectile difficulties when ejaculating daily or multiple times daily over extended periods. These symptoms suggest your body needs more recovery time. Sexual function and desire vary significantly between individuals. Some men naturally have high libido and can comfortably ejaculate daily throughout their lives. Others have lower baseline desire and find 2 to 3 times weekly more natural. Neither pattern is wrong. The key is finding what works for your unique biology. If you're forcing yourself to masturbate when you don't feel desire, purely to hit a number, you may be creating an unhealthy relationship with your sexuality. If the practice feels compulsive, driven by anxiety about cancer rather than genuine desire or pleasure, this psychological dynamic isn't healthy. The goal is sustainable practice that supports both physical health and psychological well-being. A balanced approach might involve responsive sexuality, engaging in sexual activity, including masturbation, when you naturally feel desire, which for many men over 60 might be 2 to 4 times weekly, totaling 8 to 16 times monthly. This provides significant prostate benefit without forcing unnatural frequency. Third, how does this recommendation interact with other aspects of sexual health? If you're experiencing erectile dysfunction, working to achieve 21 monthly ejaculations might be frustrating or impossible. In these cases, focus first on addressing the underlying causes of erectile dysfunction through cardiovascular health improvement, hormone optimization, stress reduction, and potentially medication if appropriate. As erectile function improves, you can naturally increase frequency. If you're in a relationship, communication with your partner is essential. Explaining that you're motivated by cancer prevention rather than any dissatisfaction with your sexual relationship can prevent misunderstandings. Fourth, what about the effects on testosterone and energy levels? This is a common concern, particularly among younger men, but also relevant for older men. Some men worry that frequent ejaculation depletes testosterone or causes fatigue. Research on this topic is complex. Short-term studies show that testosterone levels spike briefly after abstinence periods of about 7 days, then return to baseline. However, longer-term abstinence doesn't continue increasing testosterone. In fact, some research suggests that regular sexual activity supports healthy testosterone production through multiple pathways, including reduced stress, improved sleep, and maintenance of sexual neural circuits. What matters more than ejaculation frequency for testosterone is overall health, adequate sleep, stress management, healthy body weight, resistance exercise, and proper nutrition. For most men over 60, ejaculation frequencies in the range of 12 to 21 monthly have negligible effects on testosterone levels. If you notice persistent fatigue or low libido, the cause is likely not ejaculation frequency, but rather factors like poor sleep, chronic stress, obesity, nutrient deficiencies, or underlying health conditions that should be evaluated medically. Fifth, how does pornography use factor into this discussion? Many men, particularly those without partners, use pornography during masturbation. While this is common, it's worth examining whether your pornography use is healthy or problematic. Problematic patterns include needing increasingly extreme content to achieve arousal, spending excessive time viewing pornography that interferes with responsibilities, difficulty achieving arousal without pornography, or using pornography compulsively to avoid difficult emotions. If any of these apply, consider reducing or eliminating pornography use and relying more on imagination and physical sensation. Healthy masturbation practice for prostate health doesn't require pornography. Sixth, what about men who have already been diagnosed with prostate cancer or have elevated PSA? This is a critical question. The Harvard research examined ejaculation frequency and cancer prevention in healthy men. Once cancer is diagnosed, the relationship becomes more complex. Some research suggests that ejaculation doesn't worsen existing prostate cancer and may still be beneficial. However, if you have prostate cancer, are undergoing treatment, or have significantly elevated PSA, you should discuss sexual activity explicitly with your oncologist or urologist. They can provide guidance based on your specific situation, cancer stage, and treatment plan. Now let's discuss other proven strategies for prostate cancer prevention that work synergistically with ejaculation frequency. First is maintaining healthy body weight and specifically reducing abdominal fat. Obesity, particularly central obesity, significantly increases aggressive prostate cancer risk through inflammatory mechanisms and hormonal effects. Weight loss in overweight men reduces risk substantially. Second is regular physical exercise. Multiple studies show that men who exercise regularly have lower prostate cancer risk. Exercise reduces inflammation, supports healthy hormone balance, improves immune function, and helps maintain healthy weight. Aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate exercise or 75 minutes of vigorous exercise weekly, plus resistance training twice weekly. Third is consuming a diet rich in specific protective foods. Tomatoes and tomato products contain lycopene, a powerful antioxidant strongly associated with reduced prostate cancer risk. Cooked tomatoes provide more bioavailable lycopene than raw. Cruciferous vegetables, including broccoli, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts, contain compounds that may protect against prostate cancer. Fatty fish rich in omega-3 fatty acids reduce inflammation. Green tea contains polyphenols with potential anti-cancer properties. Conversely, limit red meat and processed meats, which are associated with increased risk. Minimize dairy consumption, as some research suggests high dairy intake may increase risk, possibly through IGF-1 mechanisms. Fourth is optimizing vitamin D levels. Multiple studies show associations between vitamin D deficiency and increased prostate cancer risk, particularly aggressive forms. Get your vitamin D level tested. Optimal levels are generally considered 50 to 80 nanograms per milliliter. If deficient, supplement appropriately, typically with 1,000 to 4,000 IU daily depending on baseline levels. Fifth is managing stress and getting adequate sleep. Chronic stress suppresses immune function that normally eliminates abnormal cells before they become cancer. Poor sleep disrupts hormonal balance and immune function. Implement stress reduction practices and prioritize 7 to 8 hours nightly. Sixth is regular screening appropriate for your age and risk factors. The decision about PSA testing and when to begin is controversial and should be individualized. Current guidelines generally recommend discussing screening with your doctor, starting at age 50 for average-risk men, or age 45 for high-risk men, including those with family history, or African American men who face higher risk. Screening allows early detection when cancer is most treatable. However, screening also leads to detection of slow-growing cancers that might never cause problems, potentially leading to overtreatment. Discuss the pros and cons with your doctor to make an informed decision aligned with your values. Let's return to Raymond's story. After his research, Raymond decided on a frequency that felt natural and sustainable, 2 to 3 times weekly, totaling approximately 10 to 13 monthly. This is well below the 21 frequently cited, but still provides substantial prostate protection, according to the research. Raymond doesn't force this frequency. Sometimes in particularly stressful weeks, it's less. Other times, it's more. He focuses on overall patterns over months rather than hitting exact weekly targets. Raymond combines this practice with comprehensive prostate health strategies. He lost 23 pounds through diet and exercise, bringing his BMI into healthy range. He exercises 5 days weekly, combining walking with resistance training. He dramatically increased vegetable intake, particularly tomatoes and cruciferous vegetables. He takes vitamin D supplementation after testing showed deficiency. He manages stress through daily meditation practice. He prioritizes sleep, consistently getting 7.5 to 8 hours nightly. He gets annual PSA testing and digital rectal exams, which have consistently shown normal results. Raymond views ejaculation frequency as one component of a comprehensive approach, not a magic bullet. He credits his multifaceted strategy with giving him peace of mind about his prostate health despite his family history. His disciplined approach to overall health has also provided benefits beyond cancer prevention, including improved energy, better mood, enhanced physical fitness, and increased confidence. Will Raymond definitely avoid prostate cancer? No approach guarantees prevention. Genetic factors, environmental exposures, and chance all play roles, but Raymond has dramatically reduced his risk through modifiable factors within his control. This empowers him and reduces the anxiety he felt after his father's death. He feels he's doing everything reasonably possible, allowing him to live fully rather than worry constantly. Should every man over 60 aim for 21 ejaculations monthly? The answer is nuanced. If you naturally have high libido, a willing partner, or comfort with frequent masturbation, and the frequency feels sustainable and pleasurable, then aiming for 21 monthly is reasonable and may provide maximum prostate protection. If this frequency feels burdensome, creates stress, interferes with other aspects of your life, or isn't achievable due to erectile difficulties or lack of desire, then aiming for lower frequencies of 8 to 15 monthly still provides substantial benefit. Any increase in frequency above very low levels of 4 to 7 monthly appears protective. The key is finding sustainable practice that you can maintain for years and decades. Consistency over time likely matters more than hitting exact numbers in any given month. Focus on quality over quantity. Sexual activity that's pleasurable, stress-free, and integrated naturally into your life supports both physical and psychological health. Compulsive sexual activity driven by anxiety about cancer or rigid adherence to a number creates unhealthy dynamics. Remember that ejaculation frequency is one factor among many affecting prostate cancer risk. A man who ejaculates 21 times monthly but is obese, sedentary, stressed, eating poorly, and sleeping inadequately is likely at higher risk than a man who ejaculates 10 times monthly but maintains healthy weight, exercises regularly, manages stress, eats well, and sleeps adequately. Comprehensive health optimization provides synergistic benefits far exceeding any single intervention. If you're over 60 and concerned about prostate cancer risk, particularly if you have family history, start by getting baseline screening if you haven't already. Discuss your risk factors and screening schedule with your doctor. Implement the proven prevention strategies we discussed, including healthy weight, regular exercise, protective dietary patterns, vitamin D optimization, stress management, and adequate sleep. Within this comprehensive approach, increase sexual activity frequency if currently very low, aiming for at least 8 to 12 monthly as a reasonable target. Adjust frequency based on what feels natural and sustainable for your body and circumstances. Track your practices in a simple journal if it helps with consistency, but don't become obsessive. Focus on long-term patterns over months and years rather than daily or weekly precision. If you experience erectile difficulties preventing the frequency you desire, address this medically. Erectile dysfunction is often an early warning sign of cardiovascular disease. Treatment improves both sexual function and potentially overall health. If you're using this research to justify compulsive sexual behavior that's interfering with your life, relationships, or responsibilities, seek help from a mental health professional specializing in sexual health. Healthy sexuality enhances life. It doesn't dominate or disrupt it. Before we wrap up, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We're building a community of men over 60 who want evidence-based health information. Drop a comment below telling us which country you're watching from. To summarize, the Harvard research, following nearly 32,000 men for 18 years, found that ejaculating 21 or more times monthly reduced prostate cancer risk by approximately 20% compared to 4 to 7 times monthly, with strongest protection against aggressive high-grade cancers. However, benefits begin at much lower frequencies, with 13 to 20 times monthly providing significant protection and even 8 to 12 times showing measurable benefit. The protective effect applies to ejaculation from any source, including both partnered sex and masturbation. Mechanism likely involves flushing harmful substances from prostate ducts and reducing inflammation. Practical implementation involves finding sustainable frequency that feels natural for your body and circumstances. Rather than forcing exact numbers, focusing on consistency over months and years rather than daily precision, combining ejaculation frequency with comprehensive prostate health strategies, including healthy weight, regular exercise, protective diet rich in tomatoes, and cruciferous vegetables, while limiting red meat and excess dairy, vitamin D optimization, stress management and adequate sleep, and appropriate screening based on individual risk factors. For men over 60, reasonable target frequencies range from 8 to 21 monthly depending on individual factors, including baseline libido, partner availability, erectile function, and personal comfort. Quality and sustainability matter more than hitting exact numbers. Raymond's story demonstrates how informed approach, combining moderate ejaculation frequency with comprehensive health optimization, provides substantial cancer risk reduction and peace of mind. Thank you for watching Men's Health 365. We'll see you in the next video with more evidence-based strategies for men over 60.